So, I'm starting a little early today because it's a big project and I really didn't have. I mean, I could have worked on my story, but really close to the end of that chapter. Just what ended up happening was that my sister got on the Xbox and she's like, "Play Roblox with me," and I'm like, "Okay." The last relative I ignored isn't with us anymore, so um I not ignored. It, ignored isn't really the word. Um, it's I didn't get to talk to her. But anyway, she's not with us anymore, and so I might be a little over emotional tomorrow. But today being the 10th, I definitely want to give a big shout out to my daughter. It's her birthday today. It's Ashley's birthday today, and I'm like, wow. So, happy birthday to Ashley. I would sing the happy birthday song, but, they'll probably come up with it's copyrighted. I don't know how, but they would come up with it. I keep having, um, like you're sitting here, building something in Minecraft and your mind wanders, and I keep having little, like daydreams that, I could put my story on. My story. And they'd say it was copyrighted. I think that would be hilarious. Go on there and be able to explain, no, that's my book. Thank you for thinking it's so professional. um, so I can't believe it's the 10th already. And 4 years ago on uh, November 10th, 2021, we had just gotten off of work, and it was we were uh my I think it was my sister called up and said, "Get your butt over here," because it may be the last time we see Mama, and we didn't even get all the way to Tucson before they pulled the plug, as far as I know. Yeah. And they went and lied to my aunt, so I don't appreciate that either. But anyway, we got to my sister's house. But, like, by the time we got there, it was. So. So they had the memorial on her birthday, which I thought was a very bad choice, Aunt Mickey, but yeah. But that's when she chose to do it, so. So weird when we all lived, um, when we all lived in Fairfield and Susan, California, it was, we all got together and celebrated, um, celebrated the birthdays together. And then all of a sudden, Grandma and Grandpa moved to Tucson, Arizona. And eventually, Aunt Cheryl and, um, well, no, eventually Mom had to go and live with them because she didn't have anywhere else to live. And then Aunt Cheryl and Uncle Jimmy went out there, and Aunt Mickey and Uncle Gerald, and it's just, it's hard. I grew up with everybody being together, and then went different directions. And anyway, I'm gonna try not to make this all depressing and stuff. I've actually got to hurry up because um the guy is gonna come to hopefully fix our internet. I bet you he tries to come up with the just rotate it, it'll be fine. And we figured out we can't do that. It's supposed to be near a window, and it is. But I'm hoping that he doesn't come up with that has to go up on top of my desk because if it has to be like even closer to the window, then Bobby's gonna be upset because she can't go up there anymore. I just thought of that. So there was a couple of people on, I think it's America's Got Talent. Um, his name's Jonathan, but I can't remember what her name was. Anyway, and he sounds like, I don't know if y'all remember it, but the three tenors. He totally, I don't know if he's a tenor, but he totally sounds like he could be in the three tenors. And then she's got a pretty good voice too, but like his was spot on perfect, and hers still needed some work. But there, Simon was totally rude. She is dragging you down, and it's like, no, we came in as a couple. We're leaving as a couple. I mean, they're just friends. They're singing partners, but like we came in as a duet. We're gonna leave as a duet. Okay, so I made me a breakfast sandwich and haven't even taken a bite out of it yet. Um, that's what this half an hour was supposed to be. The half an hour before 8 o'clock. But then I set it up and made it go. So yeah. But yeah, that guy's supposed to be coming at noon. So I'm probably only gonna do like a couple of hours of streaming today because yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, so dude supposedly, I'm calling him dude because I don't know what his actual name is. Um but he seemed very nice. He said he was gonna go and follow us on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know if he did it, but um that's what he said he was gonna do. And Um, he supposedly helped us get two totally free phones. And they better be what he said they were. Because he said that they're the top of the line, the newest ones, and we're supposed to be getting this deal because um, the internet has been very shoddy. But I don't know if it's the internet because it's not that the internet goes out. It's I mean, it doesn't seem to be that the internet goes out because the HG devices don't lose the signal. Um, most of the time. But literally while he was talking to the tech support, it went out twice. So yeah, that's very concerning. But worst is that my husband is supposed to be at work today, and he is. He's totally at work today. So that means that the tech support person that comes to the house at noon, um, they, it's just gonna be me and him and the kitty cats. So, well, I'm assuming that's a him. It could be a her. We have no idea. But the reason why I'm saying him is because usually when they send somebody out to the house for just about anything around here, it's a him. We did have a her one time with I don't want to say telephones. Um, back when you had a landline. Oh my goodness. Speaking of that, okay, so I was watching a video yesterday. Like I watched the first half, the day before or something like that, and then watched the second half yesterday. It wasn't that there was two videos. It's just I was falling asleep, so I was like, better to go to sleep and watch the rest of it later. But anyway, it was really weird because the thumbnail picture had what looked like a picture of my grandma's house, the one that she'd always lived in when I was growing up, and they were even talking about grandma's house had a little cubby hole in the wall to hold the phone, the landline phone, and I loved it. It was so cool. And if you went in the kitchen, there was literally, the wall where the stove and the sink and all that stuff is attached. But behind that was a hallway to get to that back bedroom. I don't know if you'd call it a bedroom, but I mean, it used to be a bedroom, so I don't know what you would call it, after the kids grew up and stuff. So um, anyway, it had a window that looked out into that hallway, and she had one of those refrigerators. She had a regular refrigerator in the kitchen itself. You open up the two doors and yeah, and it made water and all that. Um, made water. I the ice maker and the water and all that. Well, anyway, I thought that was like super cool. It should have just seemed normal, but I wish I would have gotten more pictures of that house. Somebody else lives there now, and the only way I'm going to get pictures, and hopefully they did not redesign the house. But anyway, the only way I would get pictures is to buy it after they're done with it. Although I would definitely restore the front yard because last time I saw I think I saw the house on GOGLE. Uh, there was no grass. It was like all dirt, no trees. Graham had 2 walnut trees. And it dropped walnuts all the time. I never understood, I never did figure out when you go to. Oh, she had plum trees too, but they were behind the house. They had a big old backyard kind of area back there because it was originally it had chickens and like probably crops back there. Um, what else can we talk about? I don't know. Yeah, I've already run out of things to talk about. That's not good. Okay, so I think my breakfast sandwich. Yeah, it was one of those Jimmy Dean ones with the sausage and the eggs and the cheese and all that fun stuff. Um, and like I'm like so surprised that it's not, that the sausage isn't a whole lot smaller. And I'll explain that in a moment. So one time we bought we bought Jimmy Dean sausages, and on the picture they look huge. I think there were sausage patties, and they looked huge on the package. Well, then you get them, and they shrivel up to a little bit, and it seemed like a little bit bigger than a 50-cent piece. And it's like, okay, that's gotta not be a good thing. We just felt like we were totally ripped off. But I said I didn't want to make this a complaints video. But yeah, I think I gotta try to clean up a few things around the house. And I do not exactly know how to use the Swiffer that we got because it doesn't seem to be the one where you press the button and the solution comes out. I don't know. I haven't really used it. I said I was going to use it, and then he keeps putting it away where I can't find it because it extends. Um, but I think it's in the unfortunately the chemical cabinet. I would like to be able to have like I would like to be able to have a different chemical cabinet because that one where we have them right now, the kitty cats like to hang out in there, and it just seems like a really fun cat cave for them. And yeah, I said cat cave. Kind of like the Bat Cave for Batman, but cats. But it just seems like a very nice hideout, but we can't have them go in there because that's where the chemicals are. Well, let's see here. There's got to be something that we can talk about. I don't know. I just, I don't script anything. I just come up with whatever comes out of my head. I mean, besides the fact that if I go and put in for Office Depot again, I mean, I'm enjoying what I'm doing here with the video games and trying to make money with my books, um, but my husband's like, we need more money in the house. It's like, I think with the amount of money that he's going to be making, that will be fine. He doesn't know that I secretly want to go and, like if I did get a job outside the house, I would want to go and put all of that into advertising and buying, like buying Fillmore, Wondershare, and then there's a AI thing that Speechlo has, but it was going to be not available anymore. I don't know if it's going to be not available anymore or if it's just not going to be available at the price that they were offering it at the time. And it was definitely going to be a monthly bill of $99 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Not with the deal that they sent in the email, but thing is that I'm supposed to have a um I'm supposed to have a thing that says that I can use the voiceover program without any problems, a contract or something like that. And I never got any paperwork on that. Um, so, so I don't know if I could go to I don't know if I could go to a company and try to turn my books into ebooks. I mean, I've got them as ebooks right now. But, I don't know if I could do that and it's all legal because it said that with the pro version that that's what I got, but it hasn't I didn't get any paperwork for it, so I don't know. And it's very kind of annoying. I've sent a ticket in and asked them about that a few times, and they just totally ignore it. Well, anyway. So, I'm still at the part where Sean is talking to Adam, going, "You didn't watch the fight between, the argument between me and Sam, did you?" And he goes, and Adam goes, "Well, I saw what happened, and I decided you didn't have that great of skills, so I'm not worried." And then he said something about him as a scrappy fighter, and or I fight. And, no, he said I fight good. And then Sean's trying to be the smarter person there, so he goes, "You fight well." And he goes, "No, I'm." Well, he said, you mean you fight well? And he goes, no, I mean I fight good. He doesn't have his Aunt Molly trying to correct his English at that moment, so he's going to say what he means and means what he says. Okay. So the thing is that I decided that one of my characters was too good to just not do a crossover thing in the middle of my book. So in one of my books called in two of my books called the cadet and the assistant manager. Oh, wait, no, the cadet, and then the second one is the assistant manager. There's a character named Adam Baker, and he's a main-ish character. Well, I guess he's a main character in the assistant manager, but in the cadet, he's only there at the end. So anyway, I'm like, he's, that's too good to too good of a character to leave just in the one series. It's literally 2 books long. That's literally it. But they're gonna show Adam and his she's gonna be a wife by that time. Adam and his wife, they're going to show up later. They're gonna go away on the ship with, on the pirate ship. And, I don't know why I decided to do that. But it's just like, it was too good not to. So anyway, Sean and Adam are having their argument, and if I ever get to actually finish the, if I ever get to actually finish what I'm doing in the chapter, like get to the end of the chapter, that'd be great. That's my plan for today, while I'm waiting for the, hopefully, repair person. Because this is ridiculous. I think what we really need is another cell tower. Because there's just there's parts of there's parts of Carson City that do not have very good cell signal. Like, if I went and walked from our house to Walmart, in between the Carson Nugget, that's a casino. Anyway, in between the Carson Nugget and Walmart, there's almost no signal. It stops seemingly every 5 seconds. So, you got, if you've got it up and running already, you might be able to watch it all the way there, but probably not. And because it buffers, but yeah, not the best thing in the world. So, like, if we could get the Carson Nugget to have a cell tower right above their building, that might help. And if we could. Oh, good, the sun's coming up. Okay. I know, this is such a fun project, sarcastically speaking. I might have to turn that one down. There's too many singers. You know what? I'll just do it this way. That did not work. So normally I play something in the background, but like not loud enough for everyone to hear. But every once in a while I get an opera singer on there, and opera singer is gonna sing, loud and to where you can totally understand the words. And I mean, if you're assuming, I assume Italian or whatever, you can understand the words. Um, because I'm not trying to make I'm definitely not trying to make fun of opera, but it does sound it like from an American standpoint, it sounds like you're just la 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 um it sounds pretty, but I can't understand the words, so I don't get it. But it just kind of sounds like they're um making sounds with sounds with their mouth, but what they're really doing is singing words in a different language. Anyway, I would kind of like to watch the play that was in the movie Pretty Woman, because I want to know what that one scene was all about. that there was a scene that, given what Vivian does in the movie, there was a scene in that movie where they're watching the play, and I don't know if it's just me or what, but it sounded like they were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing on stage. So I want to watch it to see what was really happening. On the other hand, I also said I wanted to watch Phantom of the Opera, and I haven't gotten. Like, we borrowed it from the library, I think it was, and we just have not gotten to it yet. We borrowed it from the library a long time ago and already took it back and everything. But if I could find it um, on the HBO streaming service, that would. Oh yeah, they gave us the HBO streaming service for free with commercials. I think if they really cared, they'd give it to us without commercials. that ought to be something that they can give. I know they need to make some money off of it, but this is ridiculous. We're sitting there watching Family of the Megaplex, or we're watching Haunted Mansion or something like that, and then all of a sudden there's a commercial. Why can't they do the commercials after the movie, or like before the movie starts? That's how they used to do it um on Disney Channel way back when. They would go and do the commercials in between the TV show. So the only problem with that was that, like, say the Disney Channel show ended at 12:20, and so you're flipping through the channels, and the Dukes of Hazzard started at 12. You're already in progress. And it was not the way it is now, where you could just go and back it up and it's all good. And it was such a weird concept. What is that? I don't know. I think it's part of a mountain. Um, if it is, I'm gonna have a small problem because I need to take it down. But that's where small problem comes in. You can take it down. It's all good. Hello. Thank you. Kind of amazes me how I can just go from my regular voice to whatever I want to make it for that day or for that moment. You may be asking, am I an actor or a voice actor um, in my spare time? And the answer is no. Okay, so I kind of wish that I could go and take one of my weird voices and actually be on a cartoon show. Even if they just wanted to use my regular voice. Anyway, I think it would be pretty cool to be on a cartoon show. I don't want to be on a show necessarily. I am not. I don't think I'm the best actor. You might think that writing books I'd be a pretty good actor, but I don't think I was very good at it. Cause I don't remember if I was just thinking I might be good at that, or if you know I don't remember if I was like just thinking I would be good at that and already planning out my plan of attack to, face away from the camera, so to speak. In this case, the audience, or if, that's actually what happened. But anyway, whatever happened, I remember like supposed to be yeah, we were part of the fencing club at the time, and they do what's called a pal show. And it's just you come up with a sketch, um, or you know, you come up with a small scene that you can act out in front of the audience, or like if you're part of the music. Oh, this was at the Lake Tahoe Community College, by the way. Um, or like if you're part of the singing club, you go and sing. Or if you're part of the um, dance club, maybe you dress up in hula skirts and do a dance. Some stuff. I think it was belly dancing that I'm thinking of. But uh, anyway, whatever happened, and then that there was a whole bunch of people participating in this thing, and I thought it was really cool. And technically, that's the first time my son was on stage because I was pregnant with him. I was filling in for somebody else, and I should not have been there, but we sorted it out with everybody, and it's like I'm not going to be doing anything real physical. I shouldn't have been doing what I did though, because it was too much for um one of the okay. The thing that I was supposed to be doing is bringing out um this platter with um a bowl and 4 cups on it, and the platter was heavy, and it got heavier with the stuff on it, so I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Um, I don't even remember what month that was. Because I want to say it was June, but if it was June, then I wouldn't have been. Uh, like if it was June, I don't think I would have had a problem with the weight of everything because I wouldn't have been pregnant enough. But I don't think I was pregnant in June, so I don't know. Whatever the deal was. Um, I am going to have a big problem when I'm done with this because I literally don't know where I am. Hey, it's 8:20. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to try to stop at I think I'm going to try to stop at 9 cuz we've got to well, I've got to tidy up the house. I was going to say we've got to tidy up the house, but that's just not true. Cuz we are not home and I don't think the cats are going to help me. In fact, I think they're going to try to hinder. um I don't know. I got to figure out something. Oh, that's the back of a building. Okay. Before that, I was like, what is that? Couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at like 9. So I make sure I might continue doing this a little bit, but I think I want to stop at 9 actually because of the fact that way I can kind of, well, 9 or 10, um, so I can kind of make sure that um, the house is clean enough for somebody to come over and check things out. Because he's supposed to look at our internet thing there and find out why it's not working. I hope we do not have to like get a uh not a longer cord, but extend it over to the other cubby hole in my desk. Because I've got one of those desks that the hutch part um has the cupboard area um right in the middle, and then it's got two cubby holes. I mean, it's got one cubby hole on each side. And the left one, if you're looking at the desk, the left one is Bobby's spot where her stuffed animal Terrence is. That's her baby. And, that's her baby. And she doesn't hang out with him as much as she used to. Which I think is a little weird. It's like she gets over to our house and all of a sudden, Terrence isn't important anymore. But she's like, as long as he's safe, I'm okay. The boys are not allowed to go up there, so Terrence is totally safe. But right now, the modem, well, whatever that thing is in the other cubbyhole on the right side, and doesn't seem to be doing the job. Well, at the Verizon store where we got it, they said that it might help. My husband keeps saying they said it would help, and they said it might. And they didn't look too hopeful that it would, so I don't know what the deal is, but anyway. Okay, I've literally ran out of things to talk about. Except for that, I'm working on, I haven't had Pepsi today, and kind of, tired. Not totally tired, but I'm kind of tired today because, my husband has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and, so he can leave by, I think he has to be there at 6, or it has to be there by 7, something like, I don't know. Something like that. And anyway, it's earlier than we used to. So, of course, he doesn't mean to, but he wakes me up. And usually I go and lock the door and I go back to sleep, but I didn't do that today. Yeah. At least I don't think I did. So we're trying to fill this in. And I'm sorry, it's not very interesting. I think I have a magic snowball for this, as we put it before. But I don't know. And it did make it a lot easier. Just, I can't do it when it's that close to the edge. Over there. Oh, good. Okay. So, and then you got louder. So, if we ever get done with this square here, might be a rectangle. As soon as we get done with this, I can go and show you the lighthouse again. I don't know if we actually finished it. I think we did, but I don't know. Or I could leave this for another day and see about building us something else. I don't know. It's like I know what I want to do. Yeah, watch. Okay, so that is the back side. And I could probably leave this for now, but I'm going to have to remove it later. Anyway, this is the other town. Yeah, I think I want to see if I've got a magic snowball to fill that in. I don't know. Oh, I was gonna say I don't need the white terracotta, but yes, I do. So the problem is that you need the storage on you. Sit. Sam, sit. Sit. Okay, so we're gonna go over here real quick and show you the lighthouse because I think it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, so we never finished it. Oops. Okay. Perfect. So this is the joys of thinking like me, where you start start working with one project and then you go to another project, because that one's boring or something. Or maybe it's just getting tedious. Maybe it's not boring. It's just getting boring to do at the moment. I do need to see if I have a magic snowball. That's what me and Squibs call it. If I can find the magic snowball, I know where it is. It's just if I can find the magic snowball and use it, then it'd be great. Only problem is that to figure out if the magic snowball is gonna work, I probably have to go and grab grab all of the snowball pieces and hope that it's the right one. Okay. I don't know where that is. Oh, okay. So that's probably fine. So the YouTuber I'm watching right now, he's like, yeah, we'll definitely do this. It'll work the first time. Yeah, right. I'm not saying because he's such a bad builder or anything like that. I'm just saying that nothing ever works the first time in Minecraft. Unless you're that good, and I don't know too many people who are. But I am by no means making fun of anybody or saying like I'm a better builder. I'm definitely not when it comes to some redstone things. Like I know how to get the fireworks to work and that's all I really cared about. I don't think I could go and make one of those roller coasters where like part way down it starts pushing you one way and pushing you the other way and and it looks really cool, but I just don't think I could do it. Because by then it's a matter of timing, and I just don't think I have it. Okay. And then I decided this one. No, 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 no. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a shorter day today because of the thing that the guy's coming and I want to go and make sure that he can walk around and not get hurt. It's just, the house is a little messy, so. Taking another bite. So these are very good. The little breakfast sandwich I'm eating. But really, you need like 2. Or have this, or have the breakfast sandwich and something to go with it. I'm pretty sure that somebody from Jimmy Dean's going to be like, what are you talking about? That is a full and complete breakfast. And I'll be like, no. I don't know what they've done to food lately, but it seems like you need more to fill yourself up. And that just seems like backwards. You're supposed to be able to eat and fill yourself up without having to use excessive eat excessive amounts of food. Okay. was looking at it going, that doesn't look right. Because it's not. But, stuff like that happens when you're, like, trying to build it on the fly like that and you can't figure it out at the time. Okay. And you may be thinking, okay, so she doesn't come up with, oh boy. I did not figure that out. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, so that one. We'll figure this out, I promise. No! Anyway, I'm watching Fwhip right now. It's spelled Fwhip. Anyway, he's pretty cool. He's like taking out a mountain or rebuilding it or something. Um, when you get behind on videos, you can't concentrate on them as much because you're like trying to get them watched and over with. And I'm always asking, well, now that I figured that out, I'm always asking my viewers to please valid public watch hours, get those up. And so I've been thinking about that lately, and it's like, okay, when you go and watch somebody's video, I think you need to watch it all the way through for it to be valid. I'm not entirely sure. I have no idea. I'm new to this whole thing, but I mean, with the trying to get valid public watch hours up, it wasn't that important to try to say it or previously. But now I'm like thinking, okay, if I cut out early on this video because it's stupid, is that gonna mess up their algorithm or whatever? And I'm not saying that anybody's video is stupid, except for some of the ones on America's Got Talent. And, the other Got Talent ones. And I'm only saying that because, like, I don't want to see people do the scary Annabelle dance or whatever it is. I just don't want to see that. Especially when it's making noises, like creaking bones or cracking bones or something. I'm not for that. Okay. Now we've got this all sorted out. So it wasn't supposed to look like this to begin with, but it works. And then, at the moment, I'm going to try to put a beacon in here. See if I can figure it out. I mean, I know how to do a beacon. Is what I'm trying to figure out is how to set it up in this building. You know, how to set it up in this building, especially since I would have to put it, I'd have to put it right here where the stairs are. Okay, so we got our lighthouse now. And we're toying with the idea of making that, like adding a building here. So, so Angel and Kathy can live there, or better Scott and Caroline. Scott and Caroline, yeah. But better them. Yeah, and I get stuck with putting the garbage in the outside can because he's not going to be home until later. And when he gets home, his feet are going to be tired, and he'll tell me something like, yeah, let me just rest a little while, and then it won't get done, so. Is that even the correct color?